Late 1940s. On a night of pouring rain, a single vehicle was speeding toward General Patton's residence in northern Washington. Inside the car were 4 naval intelligence agents. No one spoke, but their eyes were filled with tears. That night, on a rainy night in the late 1940s, everything was being carried out in extreme secrecy. The vehicle carrying the 4 naval intelligence agents did not stop as it moved toward its designated destination. And their mission was only one. On that rainy night, a rescue operation began without anyone knowing. Quietly, yet meticulously. That moment would later change the course of history. The moment they arrived at the entrance of the residence, the guards opened fire. General Patton's wife, who was opening the door, was shot and collapsed on the spot. In a brief but intense clash, the naval intelligence agents subdued the guards and immediately entered the residence. There, they found an 18-month-old baby. The agents took the child into their arms and left the scene without delay. A rescue carried out amid tragic gunfire. The 18-month-old child saved that night was sent to the Trump family by naval intelligence. Time passed. Donald, now 7 years old. He was taken to a Department of Defense storage facility. Fred Trump took out an old box and quietly opened it. Inside were General Patton's uniform, medals, and photographs. After a brief silence, Fred Trump, with tears in his eyes, spoke. "Donald, this man is your real father." That day, young Donald faced the truth about his birth for the first time. Young Donald quietly looks at General Patton's photograph. Over it appears a date, June 6, 1944, D-Day. From that moment on, he begins collecting books about General Patton. The books continue to pile up, and within them, he repeatedly confirms one truth, that his roots are connected to General Patton, and that his real birthday is June 6, 1944. From that day forward, the course of the boy's life begins to change quietly. Donald at age 14. One day, an admission letter of unknown origin is delivered to him. The sender was unclear, but it was an order from the Department of Defense. Donald puts on a uniform and heads to military school. Without refusal, without question, he accepts that path. In the year he turned 14, he enrolled in a military school and began formal training. Faces from different eras overlap one by one. Abraham Lincoln, General Patton, and Donald Trump. The three figures connect as if forming a single flow. Above them, a golden lineage begins to take shape, from Lincoln to Patton and from Patton to Trump. It was not a simple connection, but a lineage of righteousness. All of this was part of a grand design, created to save humanity. Boxes containing the list of globalists investigated by General Patton. Those records remain frozen in time. And in the present, they overlap with scenes of President Trump giving a speech. At the moment where past and present intersect, a single thread continues. The war against the globalists that General Patton could not complete. That mission is now passed on to his son. And that story begins to move once again. President Trump stands on the platform. Facing a large crowd, he slowly raises his hand in salute. At that moment, a single sentence appears on the screen. The truth will be revealed. One story that the world did not know. The son of Patton, Donald Trump. His story is now beginning.